Good afternoon. This is Adam Albright, Oregon Athletic Director, with our April board report. First, I'd like to go through our department goals that we had set this year for the athletic department. Our first goal was to increase the overall participation in sports and activities by 4%. In 24-25, we were at 73.9% of students participating in at least one activity at OJSHS. This year, we currently are sitting at 76.4% of students participating in at least one activity at OJSHS. On this slide right here, I kind of have it broken down. We have some students that aren't in our building on a daily basis. So currently in the freshman class, for students who are in our building on a daily basis, we have 83 out of 94 students that are participating in at least one activity. For our sophomore group, we have 86 out of 96 students participating. Junior class is 74 out of 88, and our senior class is 78 out of 92. Again, you can see kind of in the parentheses the total number of students in the class. These other numbers reflect essentially the students who have a schedule currently in the high school. And just for, I guess, looking at transparency, if I go back to this slide to kind of keep it similar to the data we collected last year, we're at 76.4% for the year. Our second goal that we also have some participation data trends here. If you kind of look through here, this past year, we have a few sports and activities that have kind of low numbers: girls golf, boys cross country, girls bowling. Competitive cheer did not have a whole lot. Many of our other sports, we have a decent number of athletes where we can field 2 to even 3 levels of participation. So those are pretty solid, and they have remained relatively consistent. There is a drop in a few from football to 67 down to 51. But overall participation has held pretty steady, even with a somewhat smaller overall population of students available to participate. Our second department goal was that each program is going to complete community service with 80% participation of the athletes in the program during this school year. In 24-25, we had data for 11 out of the 15 team service projects. 3 of those had a majority of their athletes participate. For this current year, we have 8 of the 15 teams have service projects completed. 6 of those 8 have included 80% or more of their athletes in the service project. On this next slide, I have kind of what each program that we have data on so far has completed. I know there are a couple of spring sports who have already completed their service projects, and we just haven't entered the data into the system yet. But outside of a couple of programs, everyone has included a vast majority of the athletes in their program, which is our intent. We do still have a little work to improve in this area, but we will continue to work on that as well. Our third department goal for this year was to complete 5 digital changes to improve parent and coaching processes in our department for the 2025-26 school year. Some things that we have currently done: we turned the freshman orientation into a digital presentation. So in place of an hour presentation in the gym before the year started, freshmen and their families have been asked to watch a 15-minute presentation over kind of the ins and outs and an introduction into high school athletics. We have also moved registration for sports, can now be completed digitally online. We have added some QR codes out by the softball field, baseball field, and soccer areas for rosters in place of paper handouts, I guess you would say, at each of those places. In terms of coaches, we have made some digital upgrades in terms of scheduling facilities. We have a facilities document where coaches have access to get in and see which spaces are available when, to avoid conflicts with practice schedules and things of that nature. and we have thought that has been a very nice addition. Coaches have commented how nice it is to be able to get in there and see like what spaces are available and occupied, and kind of gets rid of the phone tag and the emails back and forth. Some season successes that we have. Obviously, you can go through, and every sport had some sort of success throughout the fall and winter season. Some highlights for us here this year. For golf, we had 2 boys advance to sectionals as individuals. On the girls' side of golf, we had Sarah Eckhart advance to the state tournament as an individual, and she finished 29th overall, which was a pretty cool accomplishment. Our girls' golf team tied for 3rd at the Big Northern Conference Golf Tournament and advanced to the IHSA sectionals as a team. In cross country this year, we had Daniel Gonzalez advance to state as an individual, and the girls' team advanced to IHSA sectionals. In winter, we had our boys' bowling team advance to sectionals as a team, and we did have one bowler, Rylan Delahante, who was part of our co-op team from Winnebago, advanced to the state bowling tournament. On the girls' side, Carly Bailey advanced to sectionals as an individual as well. For wrestling this year, we finished 2nd at regionals, had 7 athletes individually advance to sectionals. 3 of those wrestlers, Nelson Benish, Isaiah Perez, and Kendra Eggy, all advanced to the individual state wrestling tournament, and Nelson brought home 5th place, and Isaiah brought home 6th place in their respective weight classes. And then boys basketball, we had the boys basketball team finish with a 24-10 record, which is a really good record that hasn't been achieved in a while, and they captured their first regional championship in the last 20 years. So those are some of the highlights. Obviously, we had success in other programs and getting to regional finals, and football making the playoffs, and junior high had some accomplishments as well. We had a couple of cross-country runners make it down to state for junior high. We had a state champion IESA wrestler this year. So in amongst all of those things, we've had success in many different areas this season. Here's some pictures, obviously, that you can see with some of our outstanding athletes that we have had this year. Another thing here I have decided to include in this presentation is the Big Northern Conference All Sports standings. So essentially what we do in the Big Northern Conference is we keep track of like where everybody finishes in all of the sports that we have. So you can kind of see here the trend. In 22-23 we were 7th, 23-24 6th, last year we were 3rd, and this year after winter seasons Oregon is sitting in 4th place. Another highlight that I'd like to point out is our events hosted. So in addition to all of our regular season conference and non-conference events, we have hosted over 25 additional tournaments, including tournaments and events for the Big Northern Conference, IHSA, and Route 72 Conference. We hosted 2 boys soccer tournaments. We hosted 4 volleyball tournaments. We hosted our big cross-country meet. We had 3 golf tournaments this year. We hosted the IHSA Girls Golf Regional at Silver Ridge. We hosted 8 basketball tournaments. We hosted a Fresh Off and JV wrestling tournament. We hosted dual team sectionals for wrestling for IHSA. We hosted 2 bowling tournaments. This year we hosted the Big Northern Conference Scholastic Bowl. We are hosting the Big Northern Conference Art Show. We have 3 track and field invitationals, and we are hosting the IHSA Boys Track and Field sectionals as well. So we have maintained hosting the multitude of events outside of just the regular season and conference and non-conference schedules, which I find to be a very tall task, but we have had lots of support. Our helpers have been great. Our maintenance and custodials have been great in getting all these events set up. We've been doing a lot more things with letting some of our feeder programs come in and use the facilities, so custodial and maintenance have definitely been very helpful while we worked through that this year. We have some improvements and upgrades, just kind of highlight the big ones. So we installed shot clocks on the wood court in the Blackhawk Center. Over the summer we'll install the 2 shot clocks up in the junior high gym, which we'll have to have for our varsity contest for basketball for the next season. We obviously had the new scoreboard out at the football stadium, and the lighting at the football field and the track that is new. We had just recently installed a permanent outfield baseball fence, And this past weekend we got to use our new track camera system, it worked out very well. All of those things is kind of just an overview of things that we have completed, accomplished in the Department Improvement Plan. Thanks for taking the time to listen.